Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Friday, May the 10th, 2013. So we'll be looking at, let's see, typically on Friday I go over all the major markets we track for you at PerfectStockAlert.com and show you everything that I see moving to the week ahead. I'm probably going to do that maybe on Saturday, maybe I'll do it on Monday, I don't know. I want to do something different today, basically, is my point. And I'm going to be showing you the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and that's what I've been doing all week long, is showing you various different ways to spot this market for what it is. And again, I'm going to try one more time to show you something else. And the main thing here, again, this is my opinion. I'm trying to teach you things here. I'm not trying to give you advice or anything of that nature. It's important that you understand the difference. If you can't think for yourself and you can't make your own decisions, then please don't watch these videos. I'm just trying to teach you something here. First I want to do is address a few questions as well as a few statements that have been made, and then kind of show you why I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And I know a lot of times I make assumptions that you guys know certain things that you just don't. So I'll make sure that you guys are aware of this. First off, this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average going back obviously to 2013 and January 1st. And you can see we had a massive move here. We called that move actually. Just before that, we were seeing, we called the bottom there and the bounce to the upside. I heard a lot of people, our haters out there, saying that he's been wrong this whole time. He's been bearish. No, I haven't. I've actually called a bounce, a reversal, and so on and so on. And then we got stopped out, and I said, okay, now this rally here, I don't like this, and I'll show you why in a minute. But I don't like this, and I didn't start selling it until here. This is where that's why we marked the charts. A blue arrow indicates I would start selling immediately, and you'll notice there's a little blue line here that indicates where I'd be stopped out at. So we were stopped out here, and I tried it again here. We made a little bit of money, and we got stopped out again. So then we tried it again, we got stopped out. Main thing here is once I'm stopped out, I just continue to watch for a new entry opportunity. So right now, I'm just watching this on the Dow Jones Industrial. I am anticipating a nice selling opportunity here, and I'm going to show you how I know that today. Now again, when I say I know that, what I mean by that is that I've seen it before, and so this is what it looks like to me. So I should reword that, and I'll start working on that so that you understand that this is what I believe is going to happen, not necessarily what will happen. But again, the history shows a very strong case for my argument here. Again, point out on the ultimate oscillator, high point here, and then lower high, lower high, lower high. All we're doing here is a downtrend move right here. This is a bearish diversion because at the same time period you have a high close here on the price activity, and then you just had higher closes the whole time. Well, what that's telling you is that all of this move here is an unsustainable move, and so it's going to get erased. The actual trick here is to time it so that you get the best benefit from it. Basically, all of this is going to be gone, so I want to make that money, right? So I'm looking for the entry opportunity on that. I'm going to get stopped along the way here and there. That's fine. I'll just keep looking for new opportunities on the short side. And here's the thing you got to understand. This rally has gone on for, let's see, 2,261 points from the low point down here to the high point here. That's a huge move, and it's actually 838 points larger than the previous move that we had talked about. It looks just like this. So let me show you that right quick. And before we go on, I want to point out a couple of details, and we'll get back to this chart again. But if you look at this chart, you'll notice that there has not been an actual pullback at all. Have had a massive move to the upside here. And then if you draw trend lines from the low points here, 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 and then here again, this is a major trend line, so it's important that you take note of that. Major versus minor, big difference there. And you'll notice in this uptrend here, when it's broken is when you close below it. Once you've done that, you've broken the uptrend. Now sometimes, what I expected to happen here, you will come back up here, test it, find resistance, and then sell off again from that. And you can do that a couple times or whatnot. You're going to typically find resistance there and you'll sell off. But not always, and sometimes it will bounce back up above that. That's a fake. You do not believe that this is now back in line. We're now using this. That's not true. And I'm going to show you how we know that. Okay, this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is actually the 2010 time period. And if you actually go back and look up the videos, you can see that all the videos that I've done any market analysis videos on, I leave them online so you can go back and see whether I was right or wrong. And I'm not always right, but the old saying is pretty much true, and that is often early, rarely wrong. And so that's basically what we had here as well. Low point here, you said 98.35, all the way up here to this 11.258. That was a 1,423 point move to the upside. So again, 1,423 point move to the upside versus the current one where we have 2,261 points to the upside. That's an 838 point difference there. It's a massive move here. It's an even bigger move that we have going on right now. During this time period, I actually stepped in on the short side and said, I'm early, but I'm going to start selling. We had sell signals here. We had sell signals over here. Let's see, where were they? Actually, I just covered it up. There's one higher than that. There it is. Let me get it right. Okay. You had a sell signal here, you had a sell signal here, Lots of things to take note of here. Also have one here. So you had lots of indications telling you this thing is not sustainable. It's going to break down. During this time period that we talked about when it was going on, that the way it was behaving, the small candlesticks just continuously moving upside and no pullbacks, no pullbacks, no pullbacks. But there was a couple of things that were interesting here. You had to close below the uptrend line, that major uptrend line right there. That was again another telltale sign that this is breaking down. And then again, we continue to move up here, jump back above it. Again, this is not a true, we regained something. No, once you close below it, you've broken that uptrend line here. You close below it again, and then you come up here, test it, and fail, and you get a big move to the downside here. This time period here, on this particular day, I said when that happened, that's it. You've just seen the end of it. Because I had been saying to sell this entire thing the whole time, of course nobody listened to me. And we had lots of people back in this time period saying, you're completely wrong, there's a million different reasons why this time is different. I couldn't tell you how many different things I've heard people say, but I can tell you right now that's the exact same things people are saying today. In fact, we said you should sell here. And the people who are our haters today also said they should be buying here. They were wrong. During this time period here, this 1,000 point slide in a single day in 15 minutes in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, we said that was going to happen. All of this would be erased because of the way it was growing. It was growing on low volume. It was unsustainable. It had broken down from previous lows and had taken out new highs. It didn't matter. It had never pulled back and tested any of it. It would go back and test it, and that's exactly what happened. We also said there would be a bounce after this time period because over the weekend we expected some kind of news from the government trying to stem this sell-off, and that's what happened. People said go buy. We said no, sell, and that's exactly what happened. We said sell here. That's what happened here. We said sell here. That's what happened here. And then we have our haters that say he was wrong. This is where I was wrong, right here. I stopped looking at technicals and started looking at fundamentals, and that's the only thing I paid attention to. I started saying, no, I don't care what the market does, the charts do. The fundamentals in Europe are going to bring us down. I believe I'll be right on that, but the timing was completely wrong here, and I was wrong. So when you hear people talking about, he was wrong, this is the time period they're talking about, right here. This is the time I was wrong. They're not telling you that he was right here, 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 any of that stuff, or the times afterwards. They don't talk about that. They're just talking about this time here. There's a couple of differences, though. This here is a breakout from a low, right? You had an all-time low and you turn around, you break out from that point. Okay, that's a different condition than what we have here. We have a breakout from this point here, but it's after a massive move to the upside. Completely different structures here, all right? So what I'm saying here is that what we have right now in the market is exactly the same thing that we had back during this time period. So that's why I'm looking at this chart going, I can't see why anybody would buy this market. However, there are those who would argue that way, and that's fine. I'm trying to show you an education that I've gained over the past 10 years of technical analysis that tells me to leave this market alone. We've already broken the uptrend line, the major support line, and that's important. I know you have a lot of people out there that are drawing minor trend lines, and that's another thing you should watch out for. If you can, turn around and draw a trend line and say, well, okay, right here, it's very, very bullish. Okay, you could do that all day long and forever. So you could just say, well, no, wait, this is consolidation here. Well, that's all we're doing. No, actually, it's a head and shoulders formation, but we'll talk about that later. The main thing here is you could always draw a bullish one if you're drawing minors, but when you draw the majors, they're pretty obvious. They just tell you whenever you've broken them, that's important. You're seeing a breakdown of the drive behind the move to the higher. It means your volume is growing weaker. There's many different things that will signal it to you. Also, if you've gone during the same time period and scrolled down, you'd see that the volume on there was actually shifting. You had seen this massive move here and here. Is very tall. When I say tall, I mean standing above this little red line right here, this average moving average of the volume. Whenever you see those total change and all shooting this massive move on the sell side, you're seeing smart people start to get out of the market, and that's important because you're also seeing that in the current market. Okay, here we are looking at the current time period again in 2013. The current as of today's close, and you can see the volume on the move to the upside very, very weak. We talked about that during the time period we just showed you on the 2010 time period. That was a telltale sign this is not sustainable. It's going to fall apart. It's going to fall apart very quickly. We also see the sell volume here, the red volume, very much stronger than the buy volume. You can see that because it stands taller than the previous. So you can see that the actual volume here is people selling off to people who don't know any better. Again, this is why I'm bearish this market. Okay, a quick little glance here at Australia's market. We've got several of these setting up, and it's important that you take note of that. You have a nice sell signal here, another one sell signal here, but you'll notice another one here. You'll notice that we have a black arrow on these charts. Whenever we have a black arrow, it simply indicates that if we were given confirmation the following day, then we could start selling. What you would do here, based on the structure, is that we teach at perfectstockler.com. Whenever you're looking at these setups, you have a sell signal like this. If you get confirmation the next day with a lower series of highs from one candlestick to the next and a lower series of lows, that's confirmation. You can take that as a sell with a stop here. So your risk is right here and your gain potential is right here. So it makes sense that way. If you get stopped out, that's fine. You just turn around and wait for another setup opportunity on the short side. And you can see, again, formation here. So if we get another setup, then I would take it with the tight stop right here, so forth and so on. Why are you seeing these sell signs? That's an important question. You wouldn't have them if you were in a very bullish condition. If you have a bullish scenario where people aren't trying to sell it and they don't see a crash as being imminent kind of thing, they don't have those conditions. Back over here, you didn't have those sell signals, right? When you come up here and now you do, you're showing that a change has happened. You're seeing a psychological change happen where people are more bearish now than they were over here. Okay, that's why I'm seeing those signs and taking them as sell opportunities. The same thing we've done before. It doesn't make any difference how much higher we go. It doesn't matter. I still see the thing as being overextended and not pulled back here. That's very important that you understand that the rules that I've gained over the years are based on experience of what works and what doesn't. And right now, anyone telling you to keep buying this is ignoring certain details, and that's important. Why are they ignoring them? Because it supports their case, maybe? That's not good analysis. Good analysis will take all the details and say all these things make sense if I say this or if I look at it this way. Everything must make sense. If it doesn't, there's something out of line, and that's very important. Here you can see the high close point here, higher close point here, trending up. Same time period, you can look, ultimate oscillator, high point here, lower high here. Momentum is decreasing. Well, if momentum is decreasing, how is price going to keep moving higher? It can't sustainably do so. That's known as a bearish divergence. It's not sustainable. You should be looking for the sell side. This is just the Australia market. We'll be updating the others over the weekend. You can go to the free website at perfectstockler.com and check them out. We'll be marking the individual charts from both the short term and the long term there. Let me show you where to find those. Okay, here we are on the free website at perfectstockler.com. There's a technical school here, a fundamental school here, the market section here, the nightly market analysis videos you guys obviously know, and then the market charts are right here, my personal charts, both short-term and long-term with my notations on them. The dollar trade we talked about a couple days ago, it might have been yesterday, day before yesterday. It's very bullish condition right now. We talked about buying that one. It was setting up for that. We've also got gold and silver breaking down to the downside. We've been talking about selling that. We've got other things happening as well. So be sure to check these out. We update them nightly, okay? God bless. Take care. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you all on Monday. If I don't put up another video over the weekend, I'll probably do that anyway. So, all right. God bless. Take care. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.